Hello, cheer coaches. Thank you for taking the opportunity to watch this video. We're going to go over the 2020 Roanoke County local cheerleading rules and regulations. If you've yet to do so, please watch the video that was posted on YouTube as well to all coaches and players for the 2020 sports season to make sure you're aware of all the COVID-specific related changes to our program. Again, this video will specifically deal with cheerleading only. Be beneficial if you had a copy of the 2020 Roanoke County Youth Cheerleading Rules and Regulations available to you. So why don't you pause the video and get a copy of those if you don't have one handy. Great, thank you for getting a copy of that. The section under team formation legitimately just deals with team formation. The stuff that's in yellow was new changes for our recreation club coordinators. Most of our coordinators took care of A, B, and C, and D for you as it relates to your team formation. One thing that you'll notice is squads are capped at 10 cheerleaders per squad, and the reason we did this is to allow the total number of attendees to remain under 250. When you figure in 20 flag football players and potentially 20 cheerleaders, you're at 40. And if everybody brings 4 people, we're getting into that 160 number. And you know how some grandparents and aunts and uncles and families are. So we want to make sure we stay under the 250 number. So that's why our cheer squads were capped at 10. The age divisions are a little up in the air for cheer. We've let our coordinators historically field teams how they fit best. We do have some recommendations, but again, it's up to each individual recreation club to field teams how they feel is best. The local league rules have been changed for the year, and those are to allow us to have as much physical distancing and removing any unnecessary contact as possible from our program. We know that these will be disappointing to cheerleaders, specifically because it takes away some of the things that you're typically able to teach and do. However, the health need necessitates such a change. Stunts are not allowed in any age group, and we do ask that cheerleaders always have one hand or foot in contact with the ground. They're welcome to do cartwheels and that type of thing, but all those type of activities, gymnastics maneuvers, and jumps must be done without the need for a spotter. Obviously, we'll need to figure out how that works and goes a much for your own team, but we don't want to have spotters in place in case folks do need to have assistance. There's no tosses. There's nothing, no gum, no candy, no food, that type of thing. Cheerleaders are also asked to not have on jewelry that may actually get caught up on something else. And just as a general statement, we're asking that no cheers be permitted that involve person-to-person contact. For the 2020 season, we're going to ask our cheerleaders to cheer from the end zone goal line. Each one will have their own end zone to set up on. You should have space with the 90 feet that the field is. You should have the necessary space to spread out 9 feet per cheerleader. We do ask that you stay around 10 feet off the end line in case a player runs through. You can or welcome to have live music as long as it's done so at halftime and before the game and that type of thing. We ask them not do anything that may interfere with the game, and please only have positive and supportive signs. As far as the practice regulation goes, your cheerleading coordinators have set your practice schedule, those and locations. Teams are only permitted to do that and cheer at those locations and times, and that gives us the ability to, one, make sure our parks are at the capacity levels they need to be, two, as well as for contract tracing purposes in case there's a situation where folks are only at one location and haven't been moving around and potentially affecting other teams. There is an inclement weather policy for all of our outdoor sports. For cancellation line is 387-6455 extension 6. Typically, our office will make updates to that line about 90 minutes before an activity. If weather changes inside of that 90 minutes, we recommend that, and our site supervisors will contact or cancel that activity at the field. We do not have the ability to give up to the date or up to the minute cancellation notices. If adverse weather develops during your practice, please use your best judgment when determining canceling. There is a lightning policy. If lightning is seen, there is a 30-minute break between lightning. We also have a heat policy to familiarize yourself with as well. Concussion management practices. Roanoke County does have a concussion management protocol. That's the old when in doubt, sit them out. So if you have a child that may or take a fall and they have any concussion related symptoms, they need to stop activity until cleared by appropriate healthcare professional. There is a concussion and youth sports training program that most of our recreation clubs mandate of their coaches, and you can find the document to that. One title that comes with you, whether you ask for it or not, with a volunteer coach, just like a teacher, a Sunday school teacher, or anyone else in authority in a volunteer setting, Virginia designates you as a mandatory reporter. And so what that means, if you suspect child abuse for one of your players, you are responsible for notifying the Department of Social Services yourself. It's not a situation where you can tell someone else, maybe your coordinator, rec club president. You yourself are the mandated reporter, so you would need to file that with social services. I do recommend you let your coordinator know if you do that, but you do need to make sure that you are aware you are a mandatory reporter. The changes again regarding cheer, basically we've eliminated all person-to-person or the potential for person-to-person contact. If you have any specific questions, please contact your cheerleading coordinator. And if they can't give you the answer, please feel free to reach out to Roanoke County Parks and Recreation Department. Thank you so much, and we hope you have a wonderful and safe season. And again, please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.